what's up, and welcome to episode 8 of the Vancouver Warriors podcast. Just a massive, massive week in Warriors land this past weekend. The first time in the history of this team that they go out on a doubleheader weekend and win both games. Unbelievable stuff. But with that in mind, we have bigger and better things to talk about because we have a guest on this show once again. Of course, we have Marcus, we have OG as per usual. But I don't want to waste any more time. So our special guest this evening is the Medical Director for your Vancouver Warriors, one Karen Nichol. So Karen, right off the bat.
Clip it.
Thank you for coming out. Thank you for making time. I know we're recording a little bit after hours here. I want to give you a chance early on to kind of sewer these guys a little bit because you're around the team a ton. In terms of high maintenance athletes, these guys individually, if you were to give them a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most high maintenance and 1 being the opposite end, where do each of these guys land?
These two?
Yes.
Oh, Marcus should be in more, but he would be very low maintenance. And Owen, we spend a lot of time together.
Owen's a 10.
He's not though. We see each other a lot, but he definitely needs it.
So that's a 10 for sure.
I was going to say, care to respond? What do you mean when you say Marcus should be more?
Marcus is always carrying something, but he just kind of will be evasive on his injuries. Let's just say he's pretty likes to fly under the radar. So he, I would say Marcus usually has a few little things going on that are off the radar for sure.
That's that Burnaby grit, huh?
You ask any?
You see him limp off the floor this weekend in Vegas?
Yeah. Tough luck. We have a lot of Warriors. Owen's in a lot, but he does take a beating, so he's allowed to be in a lot.
Fair enough. Okay, Karen, this is your 3rd season with the team, but from my understanding, you've worked pretty closely with Curt Malawsky for quite some time. So I want to give you a chance to kind of talk us through your relationship with Curt and how long you guys have worked together, and then how that in turn wound up with you here working with the Warriors.
Yeah, so Curt and I go back, I'm dating myself here, but like over 2 decades. Curt, I originally worked with rugby. So worked with rugby, and I was working at a clinic in New West. Curt was seeing a colleague of mine, a really good friend of mine, Randy Celebrini. He was a patient of his and was coming in for various injuries at the time. And then Randy kind of transitioned out of the clinic more into doing return to sport work. And then I was helping Randy would do that as well. So I saw Curt doing a lot of his return to sport work, covering him. He got banged up a lot in the NLL. So he had lots of missing a few ligaments, different various other things. So we spent a lot of time on the field getting him back for various teams that he played in. And then he asked me to come help him with his Burnaby Junior A team. So when they went to Minnow Cup Championship, so that was fun. And then he was playing with the Coquitlam Adnacs and asked me to come and help with them for 1 season. And that was over 20 years ago. I'm still with the team. He's not. And so I've been with the Senior A Coquitlam Adnacs as a result of him. And then when he started helping, he was playing with Calgary and then became, assistant GM and coach there. Then any of the Calgary guys that played in Calgary, he would have me sort of see any of the players that lived here in Vancouver. So then that was kind of a natural transition. I started seeing a lot of the Calgary players. And then when he came to Vancouver, he asked if I would help him with these guys. And I wasn't 100% sure if I wanted to make that commitment to start, but it's definitely been a no-brainer. It's been an amazing experience.
So you are listed as the medical director. Was that a big jump for you going from what you were doing previously?
I don't think I really realized. I thought I was coming on as lead physio. I didn't really realize what I was signing up for, to be honest. So I'd sort of like to call myself rehab director. We've got 2 amazing docs with us, Dr. Dory Boyer, who's our ortho, and Dr. Sarah Forsyth, who's our team physician. I sort of oversee the medical team, so kind of like that quarterback between all of the pieces with Matt as our strength and conditioning, my other physio, Sakib, and then Ernie, our AT. We have Kevin Lunny, who's our chiro. So it's kind of always like sort of like just coordinating the treatments, players that are in other cities, coordinating with their physios when they've got injuries. So you kind of always are having to get feedback from them and where they're going with their program. When we're missing players that are, say, on the IR in another city, I need to kind of touch base with those guys a few times a week. So so you've got a lot of administrative work. I didn't realize how much that I would be sort of getting into with that, but overall it's been a great experience, good learning opportunity.
What about these 2 specifically? What were your first impressions when you first came to the team and met these 2?
Well, Marcus, actually, I knew before the Warriors. So
I tore my meniscus. I forget what year it was, maybe 2021.
Yeah.
And then I needed rehab, and I sort of fell off my rehab, and I went to see Karen, and we got back on, so I knew her, and then, yeah, what was that? Would have been then 3 years later, we
reconnected, yeah. But kind of saw him a little bit before that, and Marcus was always like, always bright-eyed and eager, so really easy to work with, pretty dialed in once you kind of tell him what to do. He's very diligent, so yeah, I would say you were pretty diligent.
I don't like how Owen just laughed.
I know. I thought you're.
Owen's been giggling this whole time.
He's all he does is
once you tell him once you tell him what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah. There's been some other things that we got Marcus dialed in on this year. And then Owen, we actually met just before training camp. So Owen came in. When did you come in August?
Yeah.
When you moved here?
Maybe, September maybe?
Yeah. And then Owen had surgery, and we had to do some extensive rehab to get him ready for the season. It was pretty crammed.
She's got me back from a few surgeries now pretty quickly.
But
so.
yeah, we had a pretty short window to get Owen ready for the season because he had a pretty extensive surgery. So so we actually you hadn't had surgery that season. It was the next season.
It was the next one.
But we were dealing with that injury and getting him through it. Yeah.
What about for you two then? Considering Karen has been around as long as you guys have been with the team, like how much does she mean to you two individually as well as to the whole group?
I mean, for me, like I wasn't supposed to be ready to play last season. I think my second year in the league. So if I didn't have her last summer to get me back in shape and get me ready to go, I don't know if I would have been playing to start training camp or the first couple games of the season. Same with this year, honestly. So she's been massive for me. We've always spent a lot of time together, but she's been huge for the start of my career and keeping me ready week to week.
Yeah, same with me. And like I said, it goes back to 5 years ago where she helped me out and sort of finished my junior career without any problems. And then this year she's helped me get dialed in on a couple other stuff. I don't have the greatest nutrition, I would say, when I'm not eating dinner from my parents. But she's helped me out in that aspect, and I appreciate it. And she's got me back from a couple knickknacks, and yeah, now we're good.
I want you to give us a bit of your origin story now, Karen, with physiotherapy overall, because I understand you went to UBC back in the day. What attracted you to become a physiotherapist? And then how did that whole journey attract you to wanting to work with high-level athletes?
I played a lot of sports, like growing up, individual and team. Played a lot of basketball and played collegiate basketball through university in my undergrad. And then, I always I will admit, I was a full tomboy growing up. Like, I really didn't hang out with many girls. I was like, I was just kind of in the thick of things, always kind of playing contact sports, playing rugby in Kelowna. And then I ended up working with, when I first was in the UBC program, I actually ended up getting connected with the Cats Rugby Club. So they were a premier rugby club at the time. So I ended up working with them. And that was kind of the route I was going. I was really, I love rugby. It's one of my favorite sports. And I really enjoyed the culture there. The guys are great. Still really, really close friends with those guys. So I was sort of on the track to kind of continue with rugby. I just enjoy the passion, the intensity. I love team sports and what it brings. Like, it's a family kind of atmosphere. So I really enjoy that part of it. And then, Curt had kind of dragged me away from that into lacrosse. I really didn't know much about lacrosse. We didn't have that where I grew up. But I, obviously quickly was like, okay, this is pretty cool. Like, it had all of the, elements of basketball and hockey and the intensity and contact of lacrosse. When I bring some of the lacrosse guy or the rugby guys out to the lacrosse games, they are like, what is going on out there? Like, how is that not a penalty? So I really kind of just ended up kind of getting into that and really enjoy all of the aspects of the sport. So I would say all of those components kind of were, this was a really good fit for me. It brings all of those key things together.
I think to kind of the untrained eye, like a casual lacrosse fan, I think it would be pretty easy to look at the season and say sort of like training camp is in November, season starts in December, and kind of goes until around like May or June, meaning that this must be like a 6 to 8 month job. But obviously there's a lot of work that goes in behind the scenes, both in the months following a season as well as the months leading up to a season. So walk us through, what does the off season look like for the medical director of the Warriors?
Yeah, so it really depends what happens with these guys in the last couple of months. Like a guy like Owen, like not disclosing too much, but like, yeah, you guys have guys that get banged up and they need to have surgery right as the season's done. So, and it also depends like where guys live in the postseason. So, but yeah, the main priority would be checking in with players and just getting them ready for the next season. So, you know, the process still continues in the clinic through the summer, making sure guys are healthy, guys dealing with guys post-op. Also, a lot of our players play in the WLA. So between, you know, I've got sort of players from my team, but then also a lot of these guys that I'll see in the summer too, just to make sure if they're had surgery, obviously they're not playing in the WLA, so they're kind of still coming in to see me. Same time, we also have like Curt will be scouting maybe some other players to come into our team, and he might have me say, hey, can you have a look at this player or that player, just to check in on health of a player that might be a potential player coming on board with our team.
The next game coming up for the Warriors is Friday night, and it's a pretty special night because it's Women in Sports Night specifically. I want to know about sort of how you've handled that role a little bit, being somebody that is standing on the bench for the Warriors and can be a bit of a role model for some young girls in attendance that may look over in a very male-dominated industry and see you standing there proudly. And I think we've seen a lot of women, specifically in the NLL, break down a lot of barriers. Like we've seen Mackie Jenner over in Halifax on the broadcast side of things. Ashley Docking as well is doing great stuff on the broadcast side of things as well. How have you handled that kind of, I don't know if you necessarily have seen yourself as a role model in the past, but considering, like I said, a very male dominated industry, like how do you handle that role?
Yeah, I actually see more and more females in the sport of lacrosse. Like we have Michelle and Tahisha. There's like quite a few girls that are leading teams. So that's really like fun to see. And we have a great connection when we hook up on the road or playing those teams. To be honest, like I didn't, you know, I sometimes forget that I'm a role model. It's just kind of a natural process that I've been in. Being around these guys, I don't see myself as like being different from them in terms of being a female. It's just really a comfortable environment. It's very natural. There's no, I don't really see myself as being that different. So I think just maybe growing up around guys a lot over my life that I don't really see that as anything different. But in terms of being a role model, I think, yeah, it is a great opportunity for, and I think there's just more and more opportunity for young girls coming up now of all ages to sort of step into sport, and whether it's in a leadership role or as athletes and administrative roles. We've got, you know, people in our back end behind the scenes that are stepping up as really like great leadership for our operations and stuff right now too. So I think it's really exciting to see those changes and opportunities for women.
Okay, we got a game for the three of you guys to play, but before we get to that, I just want to ask you one more question on the physiotherapy side of things here, Karen, and I want you to walk us through what a typical week in your life looks like leading up to, let's say, a Friday or Saturday night game. Let's use this week, for example, leading up to Friday night versus Toronto. What does a typical week look like for you?
Well, Owen and I just left the clinic.
Zero sleep for Karen and a lot of phone calls with Curt. That's probably about it.
Yeah, there's been a couple. Yeah, so yeah, we obviously just had like a great weekend, winning the doubleheader, and just a phenomenal, like the best weekend since I've been with the Warriors, like with the Vegas and San Diego. But we got home really late. I got home at 12:30, and then yeah, we've got a couple players to check in with that are not playing with us right now. So I had a few calls this morning to see where they were at, and then just lining up guys to see like where they're coming into the schedule to make sure they get seen and taken care of. Just other things, like touching base, yeah, with Curt, obviously, to make sure we've got everything in place for the weekend. And then we'll touch base as to how we're going to, looking at like practice, what we're going to do at practice. He always wants to know what's the health of guys this week. What should we be doing? He's really good that way. Just doesn't want to overload guys. I think there was rumor maybe that we weren't having practice this week, but we are. So, but it's going to be really light. So, yeah, it's, yeah, I think it's sort of treatments all week, sort of in the clinic. And then come Thursday, we're here at the rink. You know, we're always at least 2 hours or so before the practice starts, treating players on Thursday, practice Thursday night, here by 6:30 in the morning on Friday, you know, for being ready for players start rolling in at 7 for our 9 o'clock practice for shoot around on Saturday, and then treating guys sometimes after if they don't have court and everything else. So we've got that going on, and then and then guys are coming in early. Like players now arrive 4 hours early before games, so we're here 4 hours before the game and start treating, and then it just blurs. It's just all of a sudden it's like 11 o'clock at night. We're still clearing up and packing up for the next weekend. Get out of here usually on game day like midnight, 12:30, and we've been here since 6:30 in the morning. So it's a long day.
Wow, incredible.
Yeah, we got a special team behind us, led by Karen.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, guys. Well, let's get this a little bit looser here, shall we? I want to get you guys, and Karen, you're included in this as well. We're gonna play a quick round of most likely to, just to refresh everybody on the rules here. I'm gonna give you guys a prompt, and you are basically going to answer as to who this applies to on the Vancouver Warriors. And don't hold back. This is an opportunity for you guys to really throw some guys under the bus. So if there's an opportunity to, go for it. First one on the list here. Most likely on the Warriors to forget their passport. Marcus, let's start with you.
I'm gonna go with Ramo to start.
Ramo.
Yeah, Marty's a close second, though. Very close.
I've been with Marty when he hasn't had his ID for
Marty
a flight.
didn't get
so I'm
home
going-
last year because of losing.
I was with him.
Yeah.
lost
I was
his
with him.
wallet.
Yeah.
He was. I will bury Marty. Actually, sorry, Marty. He was chirping me that he got upgraded to first class. We stayed an extra day in Halifax, and he was yipping me that he got first class and whatever. So then we had to have a layover because there's no direct flights Halifax to Vancouver. So we have a layover in Calgary. And then when we go to get on our second leg of our flight, he left his wallet in the first class seat on the first leg.
Karma.
He got stuck in Calgary for 3 days waiting for his ID to be shipped to him
Oh,
from
boy.
Vancouver. So, yeah, I'm going
Just
Marty.
sitting in the hotel room like he ran out of money. He didn't have Apple Pay.
He didn't have anything. 'cause he
No.
didn't have-
No, rewashing underwear. It was bad.
Is there anybody else that comes to mind, Karen?
No, Marty, I would say, because I was talking to him during that period. So yeah.
Okay, Ramo and Marty, tough break. Okay, this might similar, so this might apply the same way. Most likely on the Warriors to miss the bus.
Yeah, like I love this guy, but it's got to be Marty. Like he comes close sometimes. He cuts it close sometimes, but like, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go with Marty. Sorry, Marty.
You can say Marty for probably every question.
Yeah,
on
you
this
probably
one.
could.
Oh man, do you have one off the top of your head?
Just Marty, because he almost missed the bus last year.
Yeah.
And then that was awkward
Everyone
on the
else
bus.
is fairly timely. I'm gonna
Yeah.
just Marty.
He's just being put on blast here.
Yeah, poor guy.
But he was good after that.
He was.
Yeah.
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 Good as a player, or
No,
good as
like
in
the
he never
next
didn't.
trip, we were in Sask, and I came down, and he was down waiting for the bus an hour early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you got a pretty stern warning.
He did. In front of everybody.
All right, most likely on the Warriors to blame the turf.
Oh.
Matt Beers.
I was just about to say Beersy. He would get up and be like, I don't know, this is like a rimple or something.
He blamed the turf the other day, and Dokesy called him out. Those are the turf.
Definitely Beersy, 100%.
Sorry, Beersy.
I think maybe Curtis Dixon as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Most likely to take a joke too seriously.
Ramo.
Yeah, I think Ramo gets a little.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Ramo.
I'm going Marcus.
I knew he was in it. I mean, I have to listen to this guy in Corms 24 hours a day, just constant. I might have to block their numbers. I can't do it anymore.
Just wait till the end of the season first, at least.
No, because I got Corms and Ridge with me.
That's right. That's right. Forgot about that.
Sometimes we'll call Marcus, just ask him a question, and then when he starts to answer, we'll hang up.
Aw.
Right?
Aw.
Rude. Rude.
All right, most likely to lose their per diem.
Don't say me. It's not me.
Physically lose it, or maybe donate it away.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yes.
Donate it away or physically lose it?
Let's say answer both.
I think I would honestly put Corms for both. I could see him losing both.
He's not physically losing it, but he might donate it to another
Seen guys do
teammate.
the drop, and they've lost at the airport.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like,
Yeah, lots of guys will drop bills.
Marty.
So you both drop at the same time, and you got to call same or different. And if it's face up or face down,
Corms has a very low success rate in that game.
I believe it.
yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah, I would say Corms.
All right, most likely to have a burner account.
Kurt.
Curtis Dixon.
Oh, I'd say Curt
Curtis
Malawsky.
Dixon.
Yeah, it's got to be Dex.
And also Curt Malawsky.
For sure.
Actually, I don't think Curtis would hide behind a burner. I think he doesn't really care.
Yeah, he kind of fires back at people online anyways.
Yeah. What about Mouse? Why Kurt?
I think Reed Bowering would have a burner account.
Yeah, no, I think Curt just probably doesn't want to, like on Instagram, I don't think he'd want players to know that he was
He has
trolling them. No.
The idea of Curt Malawsky
That's gonna
trolling
get cut out for
is
sure.
incredible. Most likely to forget their equipment.
Oh.
Matt Beers.
Kinger forgot his shoulder pads this weekend.
Tice.
You gotta go with Kinger.
Ethan Ticehurst.
3 different answers.
Well, Kinger was airing out his gear and then left his shoulder pads in the hotel room, so I have to go him.
Yeah,
Just have him most
last
recently.
week Tice showed up with no shoes.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And then didn't Beersy forget his pads in the, forgot something else. Another.
We are airing out some long.
Another.
No, this is good.
Let's just, yeah.
Yeah, Beers
no,
is a good one too.
This is what the
Yeah.
people want to hear.
Yeah.
Most likely to become an NLL coach. This is kind of a nice one.
Yeah, I'll say Beersy just because he's doing well coaching junior A's in Langley.
Yeah, I think Beers will be a
I
coach
would
for
third
sure.
that. Yeah.
Okay. Most likely to talk their way out of a penalty.
Ryan Dilks
Yeah,
Charmer.
Yeah, and
think-
he's
I think
just-
Brett.
or Brett. Yes, that's good.
He's just very nice. I feel like he could just be like very nice to the refs. And
I don't,
maybe
I don't
yeah,
think
it's not a
Brett would
penalty.
even attempt. He would just put his head down and go. with the
Honestly, yeah,
ball.
he doesn't complain. So I think Dilks is a good one too.
I don't think anyone's talking their way out of a penalty.
No one that we've seen ever.
No.
I've never seen it.
Curtis Dixon versus Todd LeBranch might talk his way out of a penalty. Who's to say?
I'd love to see that.
And finally, most likely to apply for a reality show.
Reese Callies.
That's a good one.
Any particular reason?
No, I think reader too. We've seen a lot of different type of reader this year, and I feel like a reality show would not be too far.
Tell me you couldn't picture Callies with his shirt off.
Oh,
on Jersey
100%. Well, we
Shore or
just saw it.
something.
I would love to see
just at
Marcus
the
on
beach,
a,
he's always
a
sure
reality
of.
show, though. Marcus, I think you would be great on a reality show.
Me?
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Yeah, I'd apply too.
I'd watch on Big Brother. It'd be a
I
good
think
one.
I'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
I think reader would be great. That's my answer.
Okay. Well, I want to give you two now an opportunity. That's it for the questions for that part of the episode. But I want to give the two of you now an opportunity to kind of talk about the doubleheader weekend a little bit. Like we mentioned, it's the first time that has ever happened in the history of the Vancouver Warriors. Just recap the weekend a little bit. Like I'll let you guys go down whichever avenue you want with this one.
Yeah, I think that was the ideal weekend in the NLL, to be honest. Probably two of the best cities to go to. I would say we made the most of it. It was just so much fun spending. Anytime you get two games a weekend, you just get that extra few days as a group, and you just have so much time. We were playing cards, playing different games the whole time. We got to go to the beach in San Diego, had some fun in Vegas, but obviously had to get to bed. No, those are two of the best cities, and to come out with 2 wins, that's especially coming off last year. Our doubleheader didn't go too well. We were 0-2 and dropped 2 games that we kind of needed come the end of the season there. But no, it was awesome.
Yeah, it was a great weekend. I mean, 5 days with the guys was awesome. We played a lot of cards. We had a lot of fun. We did a lot of activities, so it was really cool. And as Owen said, like the cities was awesome. I mean, Vegas wasn't too kind to me, I guess, after the win. Sort of lost my per diem, as Owen was mentioned before, but it was really good. And then like those wins too, like that second one in San Diego, just everybody digging deep in that second half and finding a way to get the job done. It was really cool. And I know, I can see your next question, so I won't mention him, but dog.
Well, that's a great segue because, yeah, before we close things out here, I want to give kind of the three of you an opportunity to talk about Steph Charbonneau. He was getting a ton of praise post-game from Curt Malawsky. He's had an awesome season, and I actually think, like I was saying to you, Marcus, before we started recording, like, I think in general all year he's been really good, especially considering, like, Curt kind of revealed that there were some talks before the season, like, he may or may not make the team, and then the injury to Matt Beers kind of benefits Steph Charbonneau in the fact that he was able to get into the lineup. And then I think really since everything that went down with Rochester, like I think he's been even better since then. And he scores 2 huge goals versus San Diego, assists on Curtis Dixon's go-ahead goal late in the game as well. Just talk a little bit about Steph Charbonneau, how much he means to this team, and also is he really as intelligent as Curt said he was in the postgame?
Yeah, I guess I'll go first. I play with him. I mean, I can't say enough good things about Charbs. I love playing with the guy. We've been on the same defensive line for this is our 3rd year together now, so I love playing with the guy. He makes things so easy for me. He's just like, what do you want? I'm like, we can do it this way. He's like, perfect, we'll do it. So like, he's just so easy to play with. He plays off of you so well, and I think that does testify to his IQ. But yeah, he means a ton. That game was awesome. He's been playing really good lacrosse, and I think at the start of the year he was kind of fighting for a spot, and he went about it the right way. Just battled it out. I think he was going to miss a couple games, maybe getting scratched early, but man, he's been so good for us, so solid. It's been good to see him have this much success already.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal. I mean, I as Owen just touched on, like he wasn't sort of the first couple games of the season, wasn't playing, right? And you know, he never like sulked or like made it awkward with the guys because we all know how good of a player he was, and it was, you know, it's sort of weird that he wasn't sort of getting his looks. Like that just shows how good our defense is. And then he comes in against Ottawa and play like that first shift he had was phenomenal, and then he just plays an unreal game. And now it sort of comes again with San Diego, and he gets 2 goals. So it couldn't happen to a better guy. Like he's a great team guy. And as far as the intelligence, yeah, and he's just a really good person, very nice. Team glue guy for sure. He books the rezos when we're at home at Cactus.
Guy lives at Cactus Club.
He lives at Cactus. He probably has had he's probably had over 200 prawn crunch rolls within the past 2 years of us going to Cactus.
Loves the avocado dip too.
Avocado dip, prawn crunch roll, and he always gets the what is it, blackened Creole chicken?
No, he's the lettuce wraps, I think.
No. You got chicken last night.
He probably
See,
switches
I
it
might
up.
know him better though. I'm not on his line though.
I had him for Secret Santa, so I had to just get him Cactus gift cards.
Yeah, he lives there. He could sleep if he wanted to. He would sleep there.
Karen?
And on that note, he is. If there was a question, who's the most superstitious guy on the team? Absolutely.
You think?
He's top 1 or 2. Who else would you say?
There's a few.
But he is very, very methodical in his process. We have to wrap things the exact same way he does. Yeah. And now that since we won and he brought the bagels from Montreal, the 3 banger of bagels. Now every game he brings the from Costco, the pack of Fairmont bagels to every game, travels with the bagels and brings them.
Yeah, last year we went. It was right when we got Delves. I think we went on a 7-game win streak, and that first game, I think Marty maybe forgot his wallet again. Actually, so that's a good point bringing it up. He had to buy Marty a prawn crunch roll and a Diet Coke. We won, and he did it for every single game.
Sick for Marty.
Just
Worked out well.
it carried into this year too. I'm like, when does it stop?
I love that he thought it was that and not Delbs.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was a prawn crunch roll. For
Eat
sure.
it, Delves. Eat it.
Unreal. Okay, well, Karen, thank you very much for joining us for this
my
episode.
pleasure. Thanks for
Again,
having me on, you guys.
I'm glad that you were able to make time. And again, I know this is an after hours one a little bit, so but I think people are really going to enjoy hearing a little bit of the behind the scenes stuff, and I think you had a lot to contribute to the episode. So again, thank you very much for joining us. This has been
It's
awesome.
been my pleasure.
Okay, well, the next game coming up for the Warriors is this coming Friday night. It's against Toronto. You guys got a TSN game, TSN 1 and TSN 4. Big deal, big deal. And it's going to be Teddy Jenner, it's going to be Brad Challoner, and it's going to be Chantel Chand on the call. If you can't get tickets to get into the building, you know where to find it. Thanks for joining us for another episode of the Vancouver Warriors podcast. We'll see you on the next one.